we are having a showdown of the Bears, and I'm super, super excited for it. Hey, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we have not quite a mirror match, but it's pretty close. It's a single strike mirror match type of thing between me and PokeEmmi, who you might know as the founder of the Girl Power Pokemon trading card game competitive team, and also one of the casters for the Senior Doom Tournament of Doom. So wonderful to have PokeEmmi, someone who's really trying to do a lot for the community. I'm very happy to have her here. So if you haven't, and you're not familiar with Girl Power and Senior Doom Tournament of Doom, I have the links in the video description, so please go check it out. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, you can go ahead, subscribe, leave a like and a comment. Those things tell YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, check in with Emmi, see how she's doing, and kind of learn a little bit more about Girl Power, and then we're going to do a battle of the Bears that I can't wait for. Emmi, welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Now, this is a very interesting video that we're doing here. You weren't a part of it when I recorded the little intro that I do, but I said that we're going to have a good old-fashioned duel, and this is going to be really interesting. It's like past versus the future. I'm playing a deck from Crown Zenith, and you're going all the way back to Evolving Skies.
I am. I mean, I think it's perfect with Scarlet and Violet, you know, the difference of kind of the futuristic versus the past. It's going to be really fun. It's like a mirror match if we're from two different dimensions.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. So we are both playing single strike decks. You're playing the more traditional single strike Urshifu Umbreon, and I'm playing a single strike box with Radiant Eternatus, which is going to be... I have 0 games under my belt with this deck, so I'm expecting to lose.
I don't know. I didn't do so hot when I took single strike Urshifu Umbreon to my first regionals ever. But, you know, it's fun to go all the way back. I haven't played it in a long time, so yeah. We'll see.
Now, you mentioned your first regionals, and that kind of brings us to the competitive side of the TCG, and you are the founder of the Girl Power competitive team.
I am.
So, can you tell us a little bit about what Girl Power? Obviously, you play Pokemon at a competitive level, but what is the main goal for Girl Power?
Yeah, I often say that Girl Power started as an accident. I don't think that really captures everything that we stand for, but I had a not so great experience at a local card store, and I had gone to Twitter and I was like, do any other women want to make a competitive team? I'm sick of this, you know? And in my surprise, it kind of blew up. There was a ton of women saying, I would love that. Like, if that thing existed, we should make this exist. And then a ton of allies like retweeting and being like, this should be a thing. And I obviously can't be the one to take all the credit. So many people helped me start it, and so many other women have tried to start things like this, and it hasn't quite happened. But yeah, now we're a team. We go to events. We have our jerseys. It's been really fun. We're not a team in the traditional sense of like, you know, you see these other teams like Shuffle Squad, Rare Candy, they're kind of sponsored and they're working together for 60 and stuff. We're just more of a, we're girls, LGBTQ, non-binary players. We're here. We're banded together. You can't mess with us, kind of a thing.
It seems like it's more about making a statement that your presence in the TCG should not and will not be ignored, and that it's not just a male dominated. It's not just for men, right? It's for everyone who wants to participate in the TCG, and I think that's wonderful. Honestly, I think we need more individuals like you, like those who are trying to just elevate everybody, right? Because Pokemon literally is for everyone. That's like their tagline next to gotta catch them all, is that Pokemon is for everyone. So it makes me very happy to see initiatives like this blossom and succeed. Girl Power attending these regionals and ICs of major events. Are you going to, I mean, by the time this comes out, Orlando registration will have already closed, but are you going to Orlando?
I'm personally not going to Orlando. And we will have plenty of team members at Orlando representing Girl Power,
Nice.
but I will not be there. I got a new job at the end of November, which
Oh,
is super awesome.
congratulations.
Thank you. But that means I cannot go to Orlando, unfortunately. Good thing registration hadn't happened, so at least I'm not out that kind of money. I hadn't booked anything yet, so.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. So you kind of answered one of my questions about what was the driving force behind Girl Power. That it was kind of just an accident, and it was just you venting into the void of Twitter and something manifesting from it. But I'm going to ask you an unfair question. Why do you think this has been successful, at least so far, compared to some past attempts? What has changed? What's different?
I think that we have a really good group of moderators who help me. So I obviously can never take all of the credit. That we all have kind of put it on to ourselves to be like, this is not dying. We are going to make this a thing. And we're constantly, holding each other up, running up to each other at events, saying, how are you doing? It really helps. Excuse me. It really helps that we have a couple of players who have had killer seasons. I can point out one specific moment that I think kind of encapsulates like why Girl Power hasn't kind of died out yet. I was having a horrible tournament for personal reasons at Salt Lake City Regionals this season, and I was upstairs. I had already dropped at that point, and I saw a message in the Girl Power Discord that we have just for our team members, and Ihana was saying, guys, I'm going up on stream. And I was like, at the time, I was like having such a bad tournament. I like wiped the tears from my face and I ran down the stairs to go see them. It was so cool to see them up on stream. And yeah, like seeing people make their first day twos and just holding each other up. I don't know. I can't duplicate that feeling ever. Or like holding onto your friends when they whiff their day two, they lose their winning in, but they still got points, right? So I don't know. I can't quantify that feeling, but that's why Girl Power hasn't died out. Is like that kind of holding each other up and really sticking together and making sure we all feel safe and happy at tournaments, even if we aren't doing so well.
I do think that is, for me, the epitome of Pokemon. That is like not only the epitome, but it's like the pinnacle, the peak of Pokemon in the community, and what this game aspires to do is to build that camaraderie and that friendship, and just being able to elevate someone else even in the wake of your own defeat. I think that is absolutely marvelous. And it's listen, I'm not a particularly great player. I think I'm fine. I'm okay. But being able to go to these events and meet so many people and hang out and just have fun and enjoy this game and this hobby is why I'm part of it. And yeah, so I totally understand that feeling for sure. And I can definitely see that being the reason for your success. And I really do want to see it thrive. So I'm glad that we're able to have you on the channel, and I'm glad that we're gonna have a battle of the Urshifu, which everyone who knows me knows that Urshifu is my favorite Pokemon. Who is yours?
So my all-time favorite Pokemon is Furret.
Really?
I love Furret so much. I don't know what it is about that little dude. Here's my little dude. I love him so much. I think it's because Crystal was my first Pokemon game ever, and I had a Furret on my team. I'm pretty sure it's Gen 2, right? I better know that.
Probably. That sounds about right.
Backups, I love the Oddish Gloom Vileplume line. I always have a plushie of Gloom with me at all the tournaments, and then I also love Mimikyu. But kind of connected to like my love for Pokemon is my best friend since kindergarten. She and I always played Pokemon together growing up. Her favorites are all the bear Pokemon.
I do
so
love bears.
One of her favorites is Urshifu. So I've always had a fondness for Urshifu and Cubfu as well.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I'm a martial artist, and I'm very hairy, and it's a karate bear. It works.
There you go.
Anyway,
That's so funny.
why don't we get this battle underway? Would you like odd or even?
Odd.
Odd.
Tails.
That is 6. That is an even. So, I'm gonna go first.
Sounds good.
I kind of know Single Strike Urshifu wants to go first, so we ain't gonna let that happen.
Especially with the new spice that ends your turn.
Yes, I definitely want to, Ooh, but I'll take the mulligan, actually.
Oh no, I have a basic.
Okay, listen, you broke the streak, though. The last couple of videos, it's just been mulligans non-stop for my guests.
Oh geez, well I'm glad I broke it.
While I'm reshuffling, I'd like to ask you about your casting that you do with Senior Doom and the Tournaments of Doom. I wanted to ask you before, and it completely slipped my mind because I'm not good at this.
You're totally fine. I love Senior Doom so much. So the first time I ever casted with him, I was actually also casting with Lindsay Roscoff.
Who has also been on this channel.
Oh, really? That's so awesome. I have to go back and watch like all of your episodes. I've only watched I think you did one with LDF that popped up in my recommended once.
Yes, I've done one with LDF as well. I've done one with a lot of people, actually. This is like my favorite thing to do is meet people like this and play. But we're not talking about me. We're talking about you and casting.
Yeah, so I started with Linty and Doom, and then he had me back for another episode, I think just me and him. And I really quickly realized that casting was forcing me to become a better player. Where basically I hadn't had to have some of these, I hadn't had to memorize, like, why would I know that the second attack on Urshifu's V would be impact blow, right? Like, I just wouldn't know that. I don't know, it just made me such a better player. And then people kept commenting, oh, you and Emmi, like, to Doom, you and Emmi have such chemistry, you should keep casting with her, like, we should have, like, this be a normal thing. And Doom reached out to me and I was like, oh, heck yes, I would love to. Never thought it would be something that I would want to do. And I was talking to a friend about this recently too, where I used to be really shy and reserved and quiet. I used to not really talk. Like, there's something about Pokemon that has kind of made me blossom and like turned me into an extrovert, which is so strange.
Well, do you prefer casting over like playing in? I know you haven't casted like a major tournament, but if you were to play in a tournament of Doom versus cast it, which one would you rather do?
See, that's what's tough, right? Where even because for kind of what I do for like study, like what I studied in college is art, and what I do for my living is art. And so my mom has been like, well, what if Pokemon asked you to be like an artist? Like, what would you do? And because, then I would have to stop playing, right?
Yeah.
I love playing so much. And like, I've always been really competitive. I did competitive chess growing up. I don't know. So it would be a really tough, I think I could probably do something if I feel always so conceited being like, if Pokemon chose me or asked me to cast, but Chip went and played at Arlington.
Yeah.
So that always makes you feel a little better about, you don't have to give up your competitive career in order to cast. You can kind of balance both.
That is very true. Now, while you were telling us about the Senior Doom tournaments and your art life, I went ahead and played Lugia. I used an Ultra Ball to get rid of my Gengar and Path to get that the Lugia in play. Started the Radiant Eternatus, which is pretty cool. And I used the ability, which I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Got a Duraludon VMAX. Wanted to get an Urshifu VMAX, but it is surprised knowing my luck.
No.
So game one's not going to be a battle of the Urshifus at least. But because I used the Eternatus' ability, my turn ends.
Sounds good. So I will draw for turn. Got Houndour. Let's go ahead and capture energy on the Ursh here.
Get that second Houndour out. I gotta say, Radiant Eternatus having 170 health is pretty solid.
It has 170?
Yeah.
That thing's chonky.
Yeah, it hits for 200.
Yeah, isn't it weird energy cost though, like fire dark?
Fire Dark Colors, yes. But Lugia makes that possible with Archeops.
Oh, man, I'm gonna have to steal your spice.
When I found this list online, and I don't remember exactly where, and I didn't have the time to, one, test it at all, and two, try to modify it much. So, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I would probably change off the bat, like having probably 2 Urshifu VMAXs, if that's like... I mean, the idea is you're running a single strike toolbox. You have an Urshifu VMAX, a Duraludon VMAX, and a Gengar VMAX, and you use whichever one fits the scenario. But then you run into situations like this where it's like, I would really love to attack with an Urshifu or something, but I guess I can't. So really, with the Duraludon in play, my only threat from you is an opposing Urshifu VMAX. Because that can one-shot the Duraludon, but Urshifu V, Houndoom, Umbreon, none of those can hit Duraludon since you are so reliant on special energy.
Right. Yeah, I only run special energy. So I have done all I can do, quick balled for an Umbreon, and now it is your turn.
Alright, I will draw for turn. I can't really do much here. I can evolve this Lugia into the V-Star. And I'm going to attach a single strike energy to this bench Duraludon, and it's back to you.
All right, I will draw for turn. Ooh. Let's see. Like, I can capture energy maybe onto the other Urshifu.
That's probably what I would do, just so you can, hit Impact Blow with this active, and if it gets KO'd by the Duraludon, you still have that other Urshifu and kind of powered it up pretty quickly.
For sure.
Yeah, because now once you get all 3 Houndooms, you'll be able to power it up in a single turn.
Yeah, it's so funny how I knew, like in the back of my head, I knew this deck was not good, but it was the only deck I knew how to play. And I specifically remember someone on a podcast being like, yeah, that deck sucked. And I was like, I'm going to prove them wrong at my first regionals ever. I thought I was going to be like so spicy. I'm going to go ahead and dark signal up your Lugia.
Sure.
And then I'm going to research. Oof. Well, I wish I could have... I guess I can Tower of Darkness away. So let's go ahead and use Tower of Darkness. Draw 2. There's 1 Houndoom.
I feel like I have to get some damage counters ready. Sense an attack coming.
Yeah, the problem is, though, I have to grab a Houndoom, which means that I will not be one-shotting you.
No. Even if you hit for 290 with, like, Gmax 1 blow, that still wouldn't be enough because of the resistance on Lugia V-Star.
Oh, good point. So I am doing 2 single strike roars, so he's got 40 damage on him now.
Okay. Down to 180. I was wondering if you were gonna add a Radiant Serena to this deck. Because then
That would be spicy.
yeah, you start using Single Strike Roar on different Pokemon to put 20 damage and then just heal it all. But
That is not a bad idea.
It takes a little bit longer to power things up because you're not like loading. I mean, it's better to get 20 damage on something than 40, but you know, because you're likely going to spread the energy around, it does take a little longer. But yeah, it's an option.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and Impact Blow. So I'm only doing so 180, 200, 220 minus your resistance.
Right, so you're hitting for 190. So 180, 190. Alright. Alright, well, I'll draw for turn. I am going to use your tower to get rid of this Urn of Vitality to draw. Actually, what I should do is tower away this energy to draw 2. Doesn't really help a ton. But I can Evo Incense. We'll go ahead. Get an Archeops. I'm going to get the Archeops in hand. I'm going to Aurora Energy onto this Lugia and discard the Archeops in the process. And then I'm going to V-Star, get that Archeops back into play, use Primal Turbo. We'll get 2 energies, which is going to be a double Turbo and a Powerful Colorless. And now I'm all powered up, ready to attack out of nowhere, seemingly.
1 Archeops, though.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but I can power up both of these Pokemon with just 1 Archeops because I have an energy on this, and all I have to do is attach 1 from hand. So I'm not super worried about it.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Unless you like boss KO my Archeops, then I'm screwed.
Well, I don't have it in hand, so we'll find out.
Well, we're going to try to prevent that from happening. What I am going to do, actually, I shouldn't have shuffled this because I'm going to earn that energy back into the deck.
Okay.
And then I will attack with Lugia, and I will discard the stadium.
Okay.
Because I do not want you to draw extra cards.
Understandable. Okay.
And it is
Draw
your
for
turn.
Evolve Houndoom. Play Tower of Darkness.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and discard Morpeko and draw 2. Let's earn both of those back in there. And then Single Strike Roar them. Put 4 damage counters onto Urshifu. And then shuffle up. Yeah, I was trying to think of ways for healing, and I was also trying to think of what Radiant Pokemon makes sense if I was going to update this list. And I didn't think about Radiant Serena. That is not a bad idea.
It would have to be Serena or Greninja because you could discard the Single Strike energy and then just earn it back into the deck. Which actually works really well if you draw an abundance of like Single Strike energies. Like, man, I need these in the deck. Now you're just able to say, okay, well, I'll discard it and then I can earn it and now I can use it to accelerate with Houndoom.
Which makes a lot of sense. I know Senior Doom had a really interesting Lugia Gengar VMAX list that had did the same thing. Also, I'm gonna Marnie.
Okay.
So yeah, he had Radiant Greninja, So then it was kind of easier to get those back in the deck if you needed.
So no boss on the Archeops. I'm safe for the turn.
That is true. And no evolution for me.
Oh, that's real bad.
Yeah, and no way to get an evolution, so that's kind of sad. But that's okay. So I will go ahead and impact blow.
All right, so you'll take those 2 prizes.
Oh, there's one.
Okay, it's going to be a little too late, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So I will draw for turn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Primal Turbo. We'll go ahead, find ourselves some energies here. So I had to be, this is the kind of deck you have to be really smart about your energies. You're tempted to grab single strike energies for your Duraludon, but they only provide the fighting requirement. They don't provide the metal, so you need to get the Aurora energies.
Makes sense.
Now, when Aurora rotates, we can switch this over to Impact Energy. It won't be as good because then you can't attach the Aurora energy to... Like, you can't attach Impact Energy to Lugia or to the Eternatus.
Mm-hmm. So play this list in Orlando and Knoxville?
Yeah, for sure. So, now I have a single strike and 2 Aurora Energy. So, I meet that fighting double metal energy. And I hit for 240, which is pretty nice. Not that it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, he's dying no matter what.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to double Evo Incense. I shouldn't have shuffled, but
you're fine.
I don't. We can make an interesting play here. I just gotta check my energies. Okay. This could be a really... Oh, but if I do it, I can't attack. Okay. We're going to get a Flying Pikachu. And an Archeops. There is a play we can make with this. I don't need to do it. But if I had a turn... I would be able to do something kind of cool. This deck does run a scoop up net, so I could scoop up net the Eternatus to put it back down to use the ability to get 2 more VMAXs. But my turn ends and I really need to take out this Urshifu before it evolves. If it was like anything else, I would probably be okay.
Right.
So, we'll go ahead and we'll do that. I am just going to research.
Okay.
3 and 4. Excellent, excellent. And I'm just going to hit with G-Max Pulverization and take my second KO, going down to just 2 prizes.
Uh-oh. Draw for turn. Well, we can capture energy onto Houndoom.
Why onto Houndoom? Since it has the airborne.
Because I think I have nothing else. I have no more Urshifu's.
Okay.
And no way to get them back.
Now, your list does not run Path to the Peak, does it?
It does not.
Okay, so then there is no way to attack this Duraludon.
Right, yeah, I just scooped to go to game 2 in real life.
Gotcha. I will say,
I don't think Crobat's helping me.
if you did bench an Urshifu, I did have Boss and Serena in hand to just pull it up and KO.
Makes sense.
All right, so we'll go for game 2. That's
This deck, it's like it just has a special place in my heart, and I knew you were the Urshifu guy, so that's why when you asked you to be on here, I was like, "Yep, sounds good. We're gonna have a mirror match."
Yeah. Now, I did start a Pokemon that I really did not want to start.
Let's pick my mulligan. Start the fish.
Yeah, it was fish versus bear. It's just not going to go very well.
Go ahead and drop return. Put down Houndour, and let's capture energy onto Urshifu.
Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to be scooping pretty quick.
Yeah, I was like, dog versus fish. We guess bear versus fish, dogs versus fish. This doesn't sound like a very good one. Versus my legendary snake versus dog. Talking about me playing Lost Box Rayquaza at Arlington and at San Diego. That was not as fun.
I do really like that deck, though. That's like what I'm currently playing.
It's so good. Bring it to regionals. I think that there's a reason why it's the most popular way of playing Lost Box. It just has answers to so many things.
Especially with that Dragonite, too. The Kyogre has the Dragonite, sorry.
Well, it's interesting because that's what I'm going to do, by the way. So it's your go. It's interesting because I didn't hear about the Dragonite until after the fact. But that Dragonite is a really interesting tech. And I think it could fit. I think it could fit in. I played against 4 mirror matches in total if you count Lost Box Gudra. Because I played two guys from the same team that they were all playing the same 60. And one of the two other mirror matches was Lost Box Rayquaza, but also had Kyogre. And I was like, whoa, what is happening? And he did what he should, where he held on to the Kyogre until game 3. So I didn't even realize it was happening until he had already taken out a Manaphy, and I was like, I'm screwed. I'm so screwed.
Oh, this is terrible. I don't like this at all. I'll have to just get rid of it. This is one of the dangers of the deck. Is I am gonna Marnie. But if I draw one of the VMAXs that I want to put into play, I can't use the ability now to get it because it's not in the deck anymore.
Right.
So it's really risky. But
makes sense.
I unfortunately need the cards. I just don't have anything in hand.
Well, I think that's similar to when I was first learning sequencing and learning kind of deck building with Single Strike Urshifu Umbreon. It was the first deck I picked up competitively. You have to be careful and make sure you Single Strike Roar before you Marnie so you don't draw into all your energy. And I think that's kind of similar to Lugia as well, where you got a Primal Turbo first before you Marnie in certain situations.
I'm going to Camo Poncho and I'm going to have to just Marnie. I don't have any cards in hand, so...
Well, I do.
Yeah, that's...
Ones that I'm kind of sad to lose, but that's okay. We'll see what I end up drawing.
We will energy onto the Lugia V. And I guess I'll use Eternatus' ability to get 2 VMAXs.
Okay.
A little bit risky, but we'll go the Urshifu and the Duraludon. Definitely don't want to put the Gengar in play, because that's just a bad move.
Yeah, save the Gengar for when you go up against Mew.
Yeah. they get the Gengar, and then they get the Duraludon. Because then they're forced to max Miracle constantly.
Right.
And it's like, all right, I'll just keep doing 220 to you. It's fine. And now that I've used that ability, it's your turn.
All right, draw for turn. Let's place down an Umbreon. Tower of Darkness. Attach and pray that Marnie is nice to me.
All right. I really hope it's not. I can't afford this.
Okay.
What do you got for me?
We're gonna Ultra Ball, a Switch, and a Capture Energy. And hope that Crobat is nice to me.
Oh, man.
All right. So I need to not draw into a single strike energy, and I also need 2 evolutions. I need the VMAX and a Houndoom.
Well, you can get away. If you VMAX, you're not going to KO this thing. Unless you accelerate a bunch of energies to it. But just the one, you're only doing 140?
Yeah, so I would need...
You need all 4 to hit for 180.
Ow,
or a choice
geez.
belt. Because I have 170 health.
Okay, I do have belt in here, so let's see what Crobat ends up giving me.
How many do you get to draw off the bat?
Let's see.
Should
So
be.
I can air balloon and draw 5.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So there's the evolution. Yeah, 100, 120, 140. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, to not even take out the fish. But you do have to keep in mind the possibility of the counter KO is very real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you knock out this
Yeah.
fish, there's a pretty good chance you get KO'd in return. It's not definite, but it's a pretty reasonable.
I feel like with air balloon, I can probably go ahead and toss another switch. Okay. Yeah, that Lugia. Do you just have one Archeops in the discard, or do you have both?
I have none.
None. Gosh, that's interesting. All right, let's Primal Turbo. Wrong name. Let's Single Strike Roar.
I was gonna make a judge joke, but everyone does it, and it's not even funny at this point. Trying to flex on me with the gold single strike energy? What is this?
So I pulled this one out of a pack, which is why I play it. I only have the one, but I actually pulled this one out of a pack. There's 2 cards that like I flex on for like playing like that, and it's that one, and then I think I pulled a gold double turbo energy. So it's obviously not in here, but when you pull that, you're like, oh yes, now I have to play it. Cards are meant to be played with, right?
Yeah. So you got 40 damage on that Urshifu.
Yes. I feel like I have to evolve him even though I'm only doing 160. I wish I had a Goon.
Yeah,
I'm so used to playing Goon after playing Lost Box for 2 tournaments in a row.
This would be a very interesting turn that I'm gonna have since you're evolving.
All right, well, let's see. Let's beat down for 160.
All right. So that's 120. 160. Okay. I will draw for turn. I'm going to use the tower. Draw 2. Alright. We're going to Ultra Ball a DTE and a Lost City. Get ourselves an Archeops. I'm going to attach an air balloon. And then I'm going to research. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't shuffle after I searched. Wait, did I? Yeah, I used Primal Turbo. What did I used Ultra Ball to get, and I didn't shuffle. So if you want, I could put these back on top and shuffle.
Sure, if you want. You caught it. I didn't even catch it. It's different when it's like Webcam or, PTCGO does it all for you. I haven't done too much webcam testing. I know a couple of the Girl Power girls swear by it. There was this really funny conversation I had. I don't know if you know, do you know Day Camp?
I do not, no.
He plays in a lot of the online tournaments. I feel bad that I'm spacing his real name, so I'm just going to call him by his username. But I met him at San Diego, and he told me the funniest story that he heard his opponent say, or he didn't recognize the opponent or anything. He was like, yeah, sometimes I play online, I play in a lot of the Limitless tournaments, and his opponent was like, I only touch real cardboard. And that stuck in my head.
That's one way to do it. Now,
I only touch real cardboard.
I'm going to Evo Incense. We're going to go ahead and get our... Now, I got to do a little bit of... So I got super, super unlucky here. Because you have 290 health left.
Mm-hmm.
I run 3 single strike energies. 2 of them are prized, and 1 of them I just drew.
Oh no!
And I would Ultra Ball, Evolution Incense here to get this Archeops.
Mm-hmm.
I would then be able to Aurora Energy onto this Urshifu to discard this Archeops.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can scoop up net this Eternatus. I have the other Evo Incense. Oh no, I just played that Evo Incense. I actually can't make it happen because I don't have a V-Star.
Oh.
But I'm still going to do all this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Path.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to Umbreon up one of my VMAXs.
Makes sense.
And I'm going to retreat. This might seem a little weird, but... And I'm going to read the wind, discarding the Eternatus to draw 3.
Okay. Alright, draw for turn. Go ahead and attach a big Parasol. I don't think I'm scared of Yveltal in your deck. Bump your path with Power of Darkness, and let's see what I get off of that. All right. It's like an all or nothing moment. So I'm doing a lot with Gmax One Blow. So let's boss up your Duraludon.
Okay.
And Gmax One Blow through it.
Oh, I don't like that at all. All right.
Take 3 prizes.
Well, I'm going to send up this, that fish with the air balloon. I'm going to draw for turn. I can evolve. I actually got this off Read the Wind, and I was kind of really hoping that you would not KO this Lugia, so thank God you didn't. And I'm also glad you bumped that path, because now I can go ahead and Summoning Star.
Makes sense.
To get the 2 Archeops into play. Now I can Primal Turbo. Go on to here. That was Primal Turbo 1. I'm going to save the other Primal Turbo. I'm not going to use it.
Okay.
So I attached for turn. You have 290 health.
I do.
So I'm going to go ahead, retreat this, send up Urshifu, and since you wanted to be mean and G-Max 1 blow one-shot my VMAX, I'm going to G-Max 1 blow and take out your VMAX.
Sounds fair, sounds fair. This is tough. Guess I promote Umbreon here. Draw for turn. Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and Tower Darkness away a VMAX.
How you like that?
2. Not very much. This is not looking so hot. Especially with so much in my hand, and I've got a Professor's Research, I think.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. Let's see. Give me the fish back.
Sure.
I would like the fish. And then research away. Too much. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 7. I didn't want to draw too many.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't roar ahead of time.
Well, all of them are in the discard.
Oh yeah.
I needed Urn.
Oh yeah, that's not good at all.
Oh. The good thing is I got 1 Urn.
Okay. So
there's 2 that I can go ahead and roar onto Umbreon.
So that has 270 health.
Yes.
Okay.
As well as before I shuffle, I can capture energy onto. Alright. Maybe more Pekko's gonna come in here, be a cleanup attacker. I have a feeling you can probably take out this Umbreon, though.
You said you have 270 health. It's going to be... I guess it depends on what you do, right? If you knock... You're going to be able to take the KO on this Luminion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of scary. Because then you go down to 1 prize, and it's like, oh, I just have to boss up that Archeops, and then that's game. So it's like, I have to knock out this Umbreon this turn.
Right. Alright. And yeah, I will go ahead and max darkness.
Alright. So you just have that 1 prize left.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I have to promote this Urshifu if I want to make this work. I'm going to draw for turn. I'm going to try to thin the deck out by playing Poke.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119
Okay. I'll grab a research. Put it into the hand. I know I have to shuffle, but I'm gonna go back in.
Okay.
I'm gonna attach a single strike energy, and I'm gonna primal turbo 1. So here is the 2 energies from the primal turbo. I don't have a lot of cards left in deck. So what I have to do is hit my Urn of Vitality. I have 1. 1's in the discard, 1's in the deck.
I believe in you.
Can I thin out the deck anymore? I cannot. So we're gonna shuffle this up nice and fair. I don't want anyone being like, "Oh, you know, whatever."
Like me when I was pile shuffling when we were shuffling up and I thought I had 61 cards.
Yeah, yeah. All right, game time. You know what I can do too? Maybe. I guess it depends on what we draw here. There's always the chance for the tower. So
you could.
I'm gonna research away quite a large hand. So that's 3, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we get it. The 7th card. The 7th card. Just to make sure that I have the single strike energy in deck, and the discard I do. So earn it back into the deck. Primal Turbo number 2. G-Max 1 blow for 310 damage. Didn't even.
Good game.
Whew, boy, that was tough. That was
big handshake.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I really like this deck. As much as
it's cheesing. I love it.
No, we're playing single strike Urshifu. We know it's not a crazy good deck, but you know, I play something else, and it's like, all right, I'll just get the Duraludon, and then what do a lot of decks do against Duraludon? You know, if I'm playing something like Reggie's or Lost Box, I have a flying Pikachu in here.
Yeah. No, I like I was saying earlier, I don't want to spill the sauce, but the Girl Power Girls are on something very similar to what you're playing with, kind of a VMAX toolbox when Radiant Eternatus comes out. And are you going to Orlando?
I'm not going to Orlando. I will be at Knoxville, assuming I can register tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. So register for that, and then hopefully I'll see you there, and hopefully we all get registered. Also, Vancouver is the same day for registration.
Yes.
In case you're going there.
So I'm not, and by the time this goes up, registration will be long over. So
Right.
You know, if you're going to something like Knoxville, I will likely be there. I'm going to be sitting on my phone at 6:59, ready to register. And yeah, we're just gonna. If you're going, you know, I want to say hi. I want to hang out. That's what I like to do at these regionals.
Heck yeah! No, you have to say hi if I end up heading out to Knoxville.
All right, Emmi, any final thoughts on this single strike deck or the Eternatus that you just played against?
I don't know. I think it's fun. Try new things. Crown Zenith is going to be some new kind of light into the current format that I know a lot of people are kind of bored with or sick of. But at the same time, I'm just really excited to keep playing Pokemon. Thanks again for having me on. This was really fun and silly to have a mirror match of sorts.
Well, Emmi, thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't already, please do me a favor. Go check out Girl Power. I have the links in the video description. Emmi, we'll be talking real soon.
Sounds good.